in the dimly lit alleyways of old Prague, where mist curled between crooked rooftops and the Voltiva River whispered ancient secrets. The legend of the Golem first took shape. For most, it was just that, a legend. A spooky story tucked somewhere between superstition and folklore. But behind the myth lies a far more intricate tale, one woven from fear, hope, and the quiet genius of a man whose creation would outlive him in ways he could never have imagined. This is the story of Rabbi Judah Lo ben Bezalel, known to his community simply as the Mahar. He lived in 16th century Prague, a time when suspicion and sudden violence were constant threats to the city's Jewish quarter. The Mahar watched his people live in fear, and he spent countless sleepless nights poring over sacred texts, searching not just for wisdom, but for a way to protect them. Legend says that one night, he dreamed of a figure shaped from Klemut, powerful and utterly loyal. This vision wouldn't leave him. Driven by desperation and inspired by ancient mysticism, he decided to bring this creature to life. With 2 trusted students, he went to the banks of the river and gathered clay, molding it into the shape of a towering man. It was a crude sculpture at first, but the rabbi worked with the patience of a sculptor and the reverence of a priest. When the clay figure was complete, he inscribed a single Hebrew word on its forehead, Emet, meaning truth. Then, as dawn broke over Prague, he recited prayers older than the city itself. The clay figure shuddered, cracked, and drew its first breath of borrowed life. The golem stood. It was silent and expressionless, but possessed a gentle obedience. The Mahoral instructed it to patrol the quarter, to watch over the markets, the bridges, and the synagogue. Stories of the golem's strength spread like wildfire. It could lift carts with one hand, and its footsteps echoed like the heartbeat of the earth. But those who saw it also spoke of its tenderness, how it would right toppled fruit crates, or gently guide lost children away from danger. To the Mahoro, the golem was more than just a guardian. It became a masterpiece of devotion, a work of art shaped by faith. In a world that often denied his people recognition, the golem stood as a silent testament to their resilience and ingenuity. But every creation carries consequences. As the weeks turned into months, the golem grew restless. Without a soul to anchor it, its immense strength began to outweigh its understanding. Some whispered that it had become unpredictable, overwhelmed by emotions it could mimic but never truly feel. The Mahoral realized that the creature he had crafted out of love was now drifting beyond his control. With a heavy heart, he knew he had to undo his work. In a final act of compassion, he stood before his creation and erased the first letter from the word on its forehead. Emit, truth, became met. Death. The golem collapsed, its form crumbling back into lifeless clay, returning to the earth from which it had risen. The golem's physical body was gone, but its story was just beginning. Centuries later, sculptors, writers, and filmmakers would all reinterpret the tale. Many saw it as a cautionary story about unchecked power, a warning against playing God. But others recognized something deeper. They saw that the golem was never a monster. It was a masterpiece, born from the profound human longing to protect, to create, and to leave a mark on a world that often refused to see you. And so, the golem lives on, not as a creature of clay roaming the streets of Prague, but as a powerful story, a bridge between myth and memory, between fear and the fragile, beautiful hope that inspires every act of creation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into history and legend, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories from the crossroads of myth and reality. See you next time.